All right, everybody, thank you so much for being with us here on Live Now from Fox on this Monday, November 22nd. My name is Regina Gonzalez with you here from our East Coast hub in Orlando, Florida. I'll be with you for about another hour before my co-host Matt joins you for the next several hours as we continue to bring you all of the top stories that we are following this morning. A huge portion of our coverage following the tragic incident that unfolded at a Christmas parade last night in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I do want to bring you a live now look that we have from the scene right now, and also bring you the latest on what we know regarding the situation here on Live Now from Fox. So here's a vantage point that we have from Waukesha this morning. You can see caution tape still up, still a very active investigation, and some of the fast information that we can bring you is the fact that overnight it was confirmed that 5 people have died, 40 more injured, and officials say that this number could change as they gather more information. We do know that a suspect is in custody. No motive has been released yet. Maybe we will get that information in an update that is scheduled from Waukesha officials today at 1 p.m. Central Time, and you can bet that we will bring that update to you live, raw, and in its entirety here on Live Now from Fox. In just about 10 minutes, we will be touching base with our Fox 6 Milwaukee team, who is bringing us the latest on the fact that at least 15 children are being treated in this incident, or following this incident as well. So many children participating, watching the parade. I can also tell you that this street, Main Street, where the parade took place, is going to be closed until at least midday today. A lot of businesses on that block are recommended to just shut down for the day, as this investigation is very fluid and very active this morning. Can also tell you that schools in the area, some of the schools have closed and are offering children resources to speak to somebody following the tragic incident. So we are going to keep you updated on every development when it comes to this breaking news situation that we brought you here live, raw, and unfiltered just last night. In the meantime, I do want to bring you the latest from Fox News correspondent Ashley Strohmeyer, who has the latest on the investigation and new footage from the attack. Viewer discretion is advised, as this video is just so shocking and so heartbreaking.
Our community faced horror and tragedy in what should have been a community celebration.
Chilling new video capturing the moments an annual Wisconsin Christmas parade turns deadly as a red SUV speeds down the route before plowing into marchers Sunday in Waukesha, sending screams echoing through the crowd as terrified onlookers realize what's happening.
We just heard like something hitting something, and we honestly thought that it was part of the parade. And then I looked over and there was a red Ford Explorer just ramming through everybody.
Multiple people are dead and dozens more are hurt, including children.
Every 10 or 20 feet there was a body laying in the road, and they're giving CPR to a lot of them, and then they ended up covering them up.
The attack triggering panic from this community outside of Milwaukee, just trying to celebrate the beginning of the holiday season.
There was moms running looking for their children afterwards, like screaming for their children up and down, running in stores. It was bizarre to see here.
Police say an officer used his gun to try and stop the vehicle from continuing to crush people. Adding a person of interest is in custody and the scene is secure. No motives are currently being ruled out.
It's unknown at this time whether the incident has any nexus to terrorism.
Victims are being treated at multiple area hospitals. Police are working to notify family members of those who were killed. Ashley Strohmeyer, Fox News.
And as Ashley mentioned, this video was caught by so many onlookers, including from their Facebook live stream. The initial video seen as the city was Facebook live streaming the event. We talked to our Fox 6 Milwaukee team a little bit earlier, and we will be touching a base with them again in just a couple of minutes. But they said that this was one of the first major parades, Christmas related first, in the area, but also one of the biggest events happening since the COVID-19 pandemic. And some of the video being posted to the internet is just so heartbreaking to see. You also have this video of people just being so frantic and shocked. This is moments after the SUV plowed through parade participants last night. So it's something that we are following very closely here on Live Now from Fox. I also do want to bring you the latest when it comes to the updates and reaction that we have seen on social media thus far. I'm going to read you some tweets first from the city of Waukesha. They were the ones that officially confirmed the updated information overnight, saying at this time we can confirm that 5 people are deceased and over 40 are injured. However, these numbers may change as we collect additional information. Many people have self-transported to area hospitals. The police department has the person of interest in custody. So we're hoping to learn more about the person in custody during that update at around 1 p.m. Central Time, so 2 p.m. Eastern Time. They also go on to say that the scene is still fluid and the investigation is ongoing. The community mourns the loss of our community members and those injured. We are asking for the community to come together during this time and to keep the families in your prayers. They are also making resources available to those who may have a family member or a loved one that was at the parade yesterday. They said there is a family reception center at Waukesha South. If you are looking for family members and live out of town, please call 262-548-7122. Counseling services are also available at Waukesha South. Again, they are the ones that mentioned that 1 p.m. Central Time today. That's going to be their next press conference. They also go on to say that Main Street, like I mentioned, is closed from Barstow in Maine to Wisconsin in Maine. The street will not be open before at least midday today. Businesses in the area should remain closed as entry and exit from Main Street will not be allowed. And then they go on to say when the area is open, the city is requesting that any items for a temporary memorial be placed at Veterans Park. Many people witnessed traumatic events this evening. If you need to talk with someone, please call 211. This is something that we're going to be touching base with our Fox 6 Milwaukee team about here in just a moment. The Children's Wisconsin Hospital officially confirming on Twitter that they were prepared for a surge of patients, and at around 8 p.m. last night, that was the last update that they gave us, Children's Wisconsin received 15 patients with no reported fatalities at the hospital. So we actually do have a live now look from the hospital out there. We'll be joined by Fox 6 Milwaukee's Brett Vickery here in just a moment to bring us an update on the children that are being treated, as well as what families have had to say following this tragedy. We're also getting reaction from state officials here on Live Now from Fox. Governor Tony Evers saying, Kathy and I are praying for Waukesha tonight and all the kids, families, and community members affected by this senseless act. I'm grateful for the first responders and folks who acted quickly to help, and we are in contact with local partners as we await more information. We are also hearing from Senator Ron Johnson. He said, my thoughts and prayers for everyone injured in Waukesha's Christmas parade. My gratitude for all law enforcement, medical personnel, and community members who are responding. We also even had football teams, literally the Green Bay Packers, releasing this statement on Twitter saying our thoughts are with the community of Waukesha this evening and those affected by the terrible, senseless act that took place at the holiday parade. We are grateful for the first responders and others who assisted the injured and comforted those in need. We share our condolences with those who lost loved ones. As a statewide community, we must all come together to support each other in these difficult times. So this is, again, something that we are going to be following very closely here on Live Now from Fox. I do want to bring you this scene, this live feed that we've got from a vantage point on Main Street this morning out there in Waukesha, Wisconsin as well. I also can let you know that if you were tuning into our coverage a little bit earlier, we're also following the fact that the White House has been briefed on this situation. We did touch base with Fox's Doug Luzader about everything we need to know as far as how the White House plans on responding. We should have some sort of reaction from the White House press briefing that is basically daily from Press Secretary Jen Psaki. So we will be sure to bring that to you here on Live Now from Fox as well. All right, everybody, and as we continue our coverage here on Live Now from Fox regarding this tragic situation in Waukesha, Wisconsin, I do want to bring you another Live Now look we have from the scene out there on Main Street. Again, we do know that businesses are really encouraged to remain closed as this is still a very fluid situation, and they do know that this street is expected to be closed until at least midday today. So we'll be following any developments here on Live Now from Fox when it comes to the scene. Still a very active scene here this morning. I do have this vantage point to bring you this morning. That is Fox 6 Milwaukee's Amelia Jones. We'll be touching base with her in just a little bit, in about an hour, to kind of give us the nuts and bolts of the investigation. But in the meantime, I do want to bring in Fox 6 Milwaukee's Brett Vickery. She is live outside a children's hospital where, Brett, I understand, we do know that at least 15 children are being treated following this incident. What can you tell us this morning?
Well, like you said, Regina, as of 8 o'clock last night, that was when we got the statement from Children's Wisconsin here that there are 15 patients here out of the 40-plus people that are victims of this incident. And, of course, those numbers are continuing to rise, unfortunately. We're keeping everyone updated as we continue to learn more. But there are 15 patients here at Children's Wisconsin, and of course many people came out as a family for this parade. This was a family holiday event, so there were so many children there, and that was really the focal point of this entire incident, was how many kids were affected, how many children were having to be held by their parents or whisked away due to this situation. There's video of a toddler narrowly getting hit as the vehicle plows through Main Street in Waukesha. One woman watched the parade from her apartment building up in the balcony. That's a lot of the video that we've been seeing recently, just seeing the marching band, just seeing dancers being hit, and this SUV just plowing through the crowd, people running, screaming, and again, just really pulling their children to safety, because this was truly a family event kicking off the holiday season here.
Yeah, and Brett, I mentioned before that we do know that businesses are closed this morning, especially those located right around the area where this took place. But what can you tell us about the fact we're hearing some schools are also closed today as well and offering resources to children?
Yeah, I mean, it goes from elementary all the way to Carroll University that's right there in Waukesha. All classes are canceled, mainly, of course, just to cope, to talk about it, to give people an opportunity to grieve, to talk to their children. Of course, the college students are probably heading home for Thanksgiving this week, but their university president was like, you guys need to go home and be with your families and talk this out. And of course, parents are wondering, what do I do? What do I tell my children? I spoke to a viewer last night who messaged me after I posted just telling Waukesha I was praying for them specifically, and she said, I have no idea how I'm going to talk to my daughter about this. She was a banner holder for one of the dance crews that was actually heavily affected by this incident. She said, I have no idea how I'm going to talk to my daughter. Just one of the many things that a lot of parents, people are saying, hence why there are a lot of resources being put out there that are available to everybody here.
Yeah, definitely. And this is something that is going to take a very long time to cope with, Brett, for sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. We're going to continue to check in with your team for any new developments. And Brett, I understand that we are expected to get an update from officials at around 1 p.m. Am I right?
That's correct. Yesterday, they had to push back press conferences, of course, as this investigation is ongoing or more things would come up. We're hoping that 1 p.m. is as long as we'll have to wait today because, of course, we all want answers right now. So 1 p.m., yes, Regina, is the time we're waiting for to get some answers from officials.
All right, Brett. And to our viewers, we will be airing that live run in its entirety here on Live Now from Fox. Brett, thank you so much again. You have a good rest of your day. Stay warm out there.
Thanks, Regina.
Again, everybody, here is a live now look at one of the vantage points that we have from the scene. Brett, officially confirming this update that we got from Children's Wisconsin. They say that as of 8 p.m. last night, they have received 15 patients, no reported fatalities at the hospital at this time. So what we know right now is at least 5 people are confirmed dead, more than 40 injured, and we know that those numbers unfortunately could change. The scene is still very active, situation still very ongoing, and like she mentioned, we will be streaming that press conference from officials here on Live Now from Fox at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. When it comes to Fox 6 Milwaukee and Brett and her team, we also can let you know that in major situations like this, we are also able to take their full broadcast coverage of breaking news like this. So if you tune into Live Now from Fox and you see us tuning into some Fox 6 Milwaukee coverage, that is because they have been going full force when it comes to any developments on this tragedy. So we'll likely be tapping into their broadcast as well.